The hidden brilliance of the unseen, talent lost to poverty. In every corner of the world, there are minds that could unravel the mysteries of the universe, bodies that could redefine athletic possibility, and souls that could articulate the human condition in ways that resonate across generations. Yet, countless individuals with extraordinary talent, genius, and skill remain undiscovered, their potential buried under the weight of poverty. The tragedy is not just in their unrealized dreams, but in what humanity loses when brilliance is left to wither in the shadows. The genius next door. Imagine a teenager in a rural village, her mind buzzing with ideas that could revolutionize medicine. She sees patterns in biology that others miss, her intuition hinting at solutions to diseases like cancer. But she's trapped. Her family can't afford secondary education, let alone the resources to nurture her curiosity. No one in her community has the connections to recognize or elevate her potential. She's a nobody from nowhere, and the world will never know her name. Or consider a young man in an urban slum, his body a marvel of athletic potential. He could outrun, outjump, and outmaneuver anyone on a track, but he's never had access to proper training, nutrition, or even a pair of running shoes. Scouts don't visit his neighborhood. His talent, which could have inspired millions, fades into obscurity as he works grueling hours to survive. Then there's the poet, the actor, the philosopher, individuals with the rare ability to express consciousness in ways that could shift how we see ourselves. Their words could heal, their performances could captivate, their ideas could unite. But they're silenced by circumstance, their voices drowned out by the noise of a world that doesn't care to listen. The cruel math of opportunity. Poverty is not just a lack of money. It's a lack of access, visibility, and opportunity. The systems that elevate talent, education, mentorship, networks, funding, are often gated behind wealth and privilege. A child born into affluence with moderate ability has a better shot at recognition than a genius born into destitution. The haves, as harsh as it sounds, often have little incentive to care about the have-nots. Why scour the margins for raw talent when polished, well-connected candidates are already knocking? This isn't to say that every poor person is a hidden Einstein or an undiscovered Meryl Streep. But the law of numbers suggests that among the billions living in poverty, there are thousands, if not millions, whose capabilities could change the world. The quirk in their mind, the spark in their soul, the strength in their body, these are real, but they're suffocated by a lack of resources and recognition. The cost to humanity. When we lose these voices, we don't just fail the individual, we fail ourselves. The cure for Alzheimer's might be locked in the mind of a woman selling fruit in a market to feed her kids. The next leap in physics, perhaps even warp drive technology, could be scribbled in the notebook of a kid who can't afford electricity. The performance that could redefine cinema might never make it past a community theater in a forgotten town. Every time we let poverty dim a star, we rob humanity of progress, beauty, and truth. The irony is that society often romanticizes the underdog story, the rags to riches tale of someone who beats the odds. But for everyone who breaks through, countless others don't. The exceptions prove the rule. Our world is structured to overlook the brilliance of those without means, a call for change. So what can be done? First, we must acknowledge that talent is not confined to the privileged. It's scattered across every socioeconomic stratum, every remote village, every crumbling neighborhood. Second, we need systems that actively seek out and nurture this talent. Scholarships, outreach programs, and mentorships that prioritize the marginalized are a start. Technology can help. Online platforms can amplify voices from the fringes, and open access education can level the playing field. But it also requires a shift in attitude. The haves must care enough to invest in the have-nots, not out of charity, but out of a recognition that brilliance anywhere benefits everyone. Finally, we must challenge the myth that only the visible are valuable. The next genius might not be at an Ivy League school or a corporate boardroom. They might be washing dishes, herding goats, or scribbling equations on scrap paper. Finding them requires effort, but the reward could be a world transformed. In the realm of creativity and intellect, countless individuals harbor immense potential never to see the light of day. Talent, often hidden in the shadow of circumstance, remains undiscovered, like a pearl buried beneath layers of sand. Each unexpressed idea, each uncreated masterpiece signifies not only an opportunity lost, but also a glimpse into the vibrant tapestry of human possibility. When we overlook these hidden gems, we rob the world of innovation, inspiration, and profound beauty. Poverty as a relentless force stifles creativity and discourages ambition. It cloaks extraordinary gifts in silence, leaving behind a landscape dotted with unrealized dreams. Consider the artist who never picks up their brush, the scientist whose equations remain unwritten, and the performer whose voice goes unheard. Each represents a unique story, a potential contribution to humanity that fades into the background of indifference. This tragedy is not merely personal, it is collective, warning us of the richness our society disregards. To nurture a future ripe with discoveries and cultural brilliance, we must actively seek out those voices that are unrecognized and those talents that are overlooked. By extending our curiosity beyond conventional channels, we can illuminate the paths of those who have been relegated to the sidelines. Imagine a world where encouragement rather than skepticism reigns, where mentorship opens doors that had previously been bolted shut. Through our collective efforts, we can transform barren fields of potential into flourishing gardens of creativity. Looking to the future, we envision a society that embraces diversity in thought and expression. We can cure diseases, break barriers, and achieve the extraordinary if only we recognize the worth of every individual. By caring enough to discover, to uplift, and to invest in hidden talents, we place ourselves at the forefront of revolutionizing our world. No successful breakthrough or artistic masterpiece has emerged without first reaching into the depths of potential. The time has come to act. Each one of us holds the power to change this tragic reality. Whether through funding, mentorship, or simply through lending an ear, we can shift the narrative from neglect to appreciation. A painting unpainted and a theory untested do not merely vanish. They are echoes of hope, anchored in the dreams of the undiscovered. By championing the unseen, we forge a new legacy, one filled with light, innovation, and boundless possibilities. Together we can uncover the legacy waiting to be revealed. By Scott Young, aka Synfamous Gamer.